Joining me in this conversation is Mr. Godrej. He's the chairman of Godrej Industries. So many thanks for speaking to us. So we saw at MPGIS earlier today, Prime Minister talking about the immense opportunities that Madhya Pradesh offers to investors, global investors and Indian investors, as well as business houses. And we saw a lot of announcements, of different companies talking about their investment plans. What were your first thoughts when you heard that? And, how do you look at MP's aggressive pitch to investors?
MP has been doing a good job in attracting investment. I was at the 2023 summit as well in Indore. And at that time, we had committed to expanding our factory in Malanpur. And we have made an investment of 450 crore there. And that expansion should be ready later this year. And we are hoping that the Chief Minister will come and inaugurate it. And he was very encouraged.
What kind of extra capabilities and foothold will this new capacity give you?
It is largely an expansion, and it mainly covers products that we are already making. But of course, as we make new innovations and new versions of those products, they will all be made at this factory. And this is going to be the largest soap factory in Asia.
Okay. And if you could just talk about the kind of employment that would be generated from this.
We already employ about 1,000 people, and now it will go up to 2,000. I'm
very curious to know who would you be meeting with? You have a lot of global community here, global investors who have come here. There are also large business houses here. How does your day look like? Are you also meeting the ministers of Madhya Pradesh government? What kind of discussions are unfolding there?
We met the Chief Minister, we met the Chief Secretary, we met the Minister of Cooperation and Youth, and we don't have plans to meet other business people. Our focus has been on Madhya Pradesh.
What, according to you, is the biggest advantage of Madhya Pradesh today?
Madhya Pradesh is a very central location, is the fastest growing economy. It has enabling policies, it has one window clearance, and all these things make Madhya Pradesh an attractive place to invest.
So if I may ask you, in the horizon of 3 to 5 years, what does your expansion look like? What vision do you have for MP, going into the mid to long term?
We just had made a major investment. We will continue to make investments in MP. Godrej Properties is also doing a project in Indore, and Godrej Capital has come here as well. And Godrej Agrovet does many activities in Madhya Pradesh, because Madhya Pradesh is a leading agricultural state, as the Prime Minister said. And so obviously we think that there's a lot of opportunity here.
So since I have you, I have to ask you this. As someone who is looking at the Indian economy, there are, of course, globally, there are major headwinds. There are, trade conflicts that are building up. India, though, is, yielding great economic growth, strong numbers coming in there. The PM alluded to it earlier today in his speech. He talked about how the World Bank is talking about India as, one of the fastest growing economy.
Right.
As someone who has looked closely at, the Indian business potential, what kind of headroom do you see India, giving to its investors? And what is the outlook really for 2025?
Yes, the outlook for 2025 seems to be similar growth to for around 6 to 7%. But India does have a potential to grow even faster. And the Prime Minister also mentioned that he wants to do the next round of reforms. And I think that will be very useful to get even faster growth, which we need. We can't become Viksit Bharat by 2047 with this growth rate. So we do need those further reforms. At the same time, we have to be careful, because the global headwinds are dangerous. What's happening in the world right now is quite dangerous. Hopefully things will settle down, but we must be prepared. We must be proactive and try and deal with these changing situations. Tariffs could be put on India as they have been put on other countries. Fortunately, in our businesses, we are not very large exporters, so we don't think we'll be affected by that. But if global growth slows down, India might also feel some effects.
So India is talking about a Viksit Bharat vision for 2047. What are the 2 or 3 things that need to be done today for us to reach that?
We need to have more reforms. Ease of doing business must be further improved. There are too many regulations, sometimes which don't even make a lot of sense. Lots of states are doing things about it. The center is doing things about it. But all the same, lots more needs to be done. And we need to focus a lot on education. We have a huge population, but we need to empower the people, and we need to include more and more women in the workforce. We cannot have half our population being idle. Some states have made a lot of progress, but others still have a long way to go.
Which are the big growth engines that are going to, sort of fuel this growth for Vikasit Bharat Vision for 2047?
As the economy expands, there will be more and more consumers in India. So that will be a big growth factor. With things like artificial intelligence, India is not a leader in that now. America and China have stolen the thunder. But India has a lot of potential. And hopefully we'll see a lot coming out of India. And like our IT industry, we could also be a center for providing artificial intelligence to the rest of the world. Our global GCCs are doing very well, and we could have GCCs in some of these newer technologies as well.
And do you see MP playing a big role in that?
I see MP playing a bigger role in manufacturing and maybe in the service industries also. It is quite a large population. And if it focuses on education, it could also have GCCs.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.